Hey everyone, Marco Schwartz here. You are allowed to ask me what I'm doing in terms of investing during this crisis, so I really wanted to make this video to answer this question. So I will split this video into two parts. The first part will be all about how to manage your current investments, so what you actually are invested in at the moment. What should you do? Should you sell? Should you buy more? Should you just do nothing? I will answer that in the first part of the video. The second part of the video will be more about how you can, I don't like to say opportunities, but how you can find smart choices for investing at the moment in this time of crisis. So that's what I will cover inside this video. So let's start with your current portfolio. What should you do at the moment if you have already investments? And of course, I always talk about what I invest in myself. So I will talk about two things: crowdfunding platforms, like P2P platforms, real estate crowdfunding, and then I will talk about dividend growth stocks as well. So in terms of crowdlending platforms, I read a lot of posts and messages on Facebook showing people that actually selling a lot of their positions on those platforms just because they think that because there is a crisis, people and businesses and real estate projects will just stop making payments and therefore all the platforms will crash. That's not the case. Don't sell your portfolio at a discount because you will lose a lot of money. So here's the situation. There are a lot of platforms that actually do a great job at really communicating with investors during this time of crisis. For example, Mintos is hosted webinars about the topic to answer investors' questions. Twino, for example, also has published a great blog post. You can check that on their website about how they actually handle the situation and what measures they put in place to really make sure that they will go through this crisis without any issues. Crowdestor also is sending a lot of emails to people that invested on the platform, just to say that yes, there's a crisis, there will be some problems, but for example, they delay a lot of payments on some loans in the future, so loans actually don't go to default, which is what they really want to avoid. So I'm not saying there will be zero problems with those platforms. Some payments might be delayed, but what I want to say is that don't lose money by just mass selling your positions. Just wait a bit. You will have lower returns maybe for this month, for next month, but overall, I'm pretty sure that all the platforms I recommend on my website and I invest in will go through just fine through this crisis. Let's now talk about if you currently have investments in the stock market. So if that's the case, and if you have investments in dividend growth stocks, as I recommend on my site, the best strategy is also to do nothing. Because most probably you didn't sell before this crisis because nobody really saw it coming, and therefore your portfolio has really go down in value. That's the case for my own portfolio. I lost about 30% of the value of this portfolio. However, I don't really see that as a problem because I focus solely on dividends. And dividends, except a few companies for now, like Boeing or like other companies that are directly touched by the crisis, especially in the travel and like hospitality industry. All my positions in my portfolio, for example, none of them actually announce any dividend cuts. So I'm not saying there won't be any cuts in the future. I'm just saying that this crisis is just here to pass. It won't be forever. And even if you see some dividend cuts from some companies, they will most likely come back to where it was before the crisis, just as soon as it's over. So same as for crowdlending platforms, I think the best thing here is not to go into panic mode and sell, just to hold and just wait until the crisis passes. So now let's go to the second part of the video, which is all about let's say opportunities or at least smart choices that you can do if you want to invest at the moment. In terms of crowdlending platforms, I would not say that you need to change your habits in terms of investing, but really if you invest, for example, regularly every month on some of those platforms, really focus on the big ones for now, just to be safe. So I publish a lot of those platforms on my website. So for example, one of my favorites is Mintos, which is the biggest one out there. If you are to invest during this period of crisis on peer-to-peer lending platforms, I would definitely focus on the big ones. You can find all of that on my website. You can find my favorite peer-to-peer lending platform, my favorite crowdlending platform as well. And that's where you should focus if you decide to invest in that. But of course, there are much more opportunities in the stock market at the moment, because a lot of dividend growth stocks, just because the crisis is global, have actually went down in value and are now very interested. So the market was very high. So I'm not saying they are all at the right price at the moment, but there are definitely a lot of interesting stocks to buy out there. So to actually select those stocks, I could make some recommendation now, but it will be probably changed by tomorrow after I publish this video. So I made a checklist that I use to select my own stocks. You can find that on a link that I just posted below this video. So just the edit checklist for free, and it will really help you select stocks that are really at a discount at the moment on the market and add them to your portfolio. So it's a really great opportunity at the moment with stocks with yields above 5 or even 6% that are really solid companies. So I actually never saw that before since I'm investing. So definitely a lot of opportunities to invest in the stock market at the moment if you have some extra cash. So that's what I wanted to say about this crisis. The main message is, first, don't panic, don't lose money. Don't lose more money than you could, right, by selling your position due to panic. On the other hand, if you have some extra cash, really look at the stock market at the moment, at dividend growth stocks. There are some great opportunities to really boost your portfolio and really acquire some wealth during this crisis. Of course, as usual, if you have any questions or comments about this video, don't hesitate to leave them below, and I will see you in the next one.